Okay, this is our final section, and we start with average monthly water bills in U.S. cities. And you can see that topping the list by a long shot is Santa Fe, New Mexico. I'm guessing because it's relatively dry in Santa Fe, New Mexico, and thus the monthly water bill, whoo, $120. My goodness, that is a lot. Um, Now it says here, um, the pattern of prices does not reflect water scarcity. While some arid cities such as Santa Fe and San Diego do charge high water rates, other dry regions such as Las Vegas and Fresno, let's see where Las Vegas is. Whoa, Las Vegas and Fresno charge very low rates. And Las Vegas in particular depends entirely upon the Colorado River for its water, and they're not using the water as efficiently as possible. They're being charged a very low rate, which incentivizes greater water use. I would guess the same thing in Fresno. Fresno would be dependent very much on the snow melt in the Sierra Nevada mountains. Very, very interesting little graphic here. Okay, now this rather complicated thing is called the source, use, and disposition of fresh water in the United States. So it's divided up into where you're getting the water from, um, who is using it, and then I guess how it's being used. I'll just read here from your book. Over 42 million users in the United States tap directly into groundwater sources with private wells. Even so, households are the largest users of public water supplies. Household use accounts for 8% of all freshwater withdrawals, and 26% of household use is consumptive, meaning that the water is not returned to its source. This is compared with about 2% consumption for thermoelectric use, 15% for commercial and industrial, and 61% for agricultural use. So this is very detailed as to where the water comes from and the distribution of water. Now this slide here is sources of groundwater contamination. So given that we have water, let's say it's in the aquifer, how who and what is contaminating the water? So we have, oh my goodness, all kinds of things. Unlined landfills, septic tank cesspool discharge, fertilizer, pesticides, drinking water well, waste lagoons, factory pumping well into the aquifer. So the water is there, but it's also the source of a tremendous amount of contamination from just the daily business of living. And I see we have some arrows here: groundwater movement, dark arrow, intentional input, and unintentional input. My. Says in your book that the sustainability of water use can be also improved through water recycling. Modern wastewater treatment plants can produce output that is clean enough to drink. So we on Oahu absolutely have wastewater recycling. We spent lots and lots of money from Kaneohe to Kailua for wastewater recycling. Now you can find out your own water footprint, which is direct water use plus virtual water for all goods and services, by looking at this water footprint calculator. This is very interesting. Water consumption depends upon lifestyle, including diet. A meat eater tends to consume 2,647 gallons a day. A vegetarian, 1,266 gallons a day, and a vegan, 1,114 gallons a day. The average person living in the U.S. consumes about 2,200 gallons of water a day. That's 44 bathtubs per day. Diet makes a big difference. A vegetarian water footprint can be less than 50% of a meat eater's footprint. And that, my friends, is the end of the show for chapter 14.